Okay, assalamu alaikum again. Hello. So let's continue our project. So let's do index.py to see where we left off. So all add, edit and settings, we have the option to change our themes. We did fill that every time we hit the refresh button. Let's see, yes, and we have this empty add thing. So let's do one at a time. So we are officially done with the first page. Let's move on to the second. We want to add a new product to our products list that we have in here, and each and every time we add a product, we want it to do automatically to I want it to automatically refresh, hit the refresh button in order for it to fill this combo box again without me going back and doing this refresh thing, because it's just dumb. Okay, so let's do that. So we have 3 line edits to fill, a database to give those value to, and a .connect thing to do in my handle buttons. So let's go back in index.py. Let's say we want to create a function below this get data. We want to name it add product or add products. Let's do self.pass, go to handle buttons. We have a button that's named add. If we click that button, we want to connect to self.add products. Okay, so we are officially done with this, but we still don't know what to give the add products. So the first thing is to get the data that we are gonna put to this line edit. So if I give it, let's say ball, okay, we have a 800 of that, and the unit price is 12.45. and if I clicked add products, first of all it needs to add this to my database and clear this after 2 seconds, or eventually just exactly after I hit that button, and just refreshes all my data. So I need to add this to my database. What I'm gonna do is to get the data or the text from these line edits first. So let's get that. So first index.py, let's get the text from those line edits. So let's call it name value. Okay, so let's call it name value. Let's get the self name edit text from that name edit. So we have the name value. Okay, so secondly, the quantity value. So self dot quantity edit .txt. So if you don't know how I know these names about my objects, I have actually changed it in the previous videos, so go ahead and check that out in my channel. So quantity value self quantity edit .text. The last one is the unit price, self unit price value. Okay, so let's do self unit edit, I called it that, unit edit .text. Okay, so SQL insert into Arabic. Okay, excuse me, I've changed my keyboard mistakenly. So insert into, so I'm gonna create an SQL formula, so on an SQL an SQL query, excuse me. So let's do that. So I'm gonna insert, I did a mistake here. I just went with the flow, but I just want to print the name value first and the quantity value and the unit price value, just to see if I was right about what I'm doing. So let's do Python index.3. So add I don't know why this is moving forward. I think because it's printing this what's in here. Okay, every time I click this add, okay, I missed something in here. I know what I did. I'm a big fool. So button add, it's already been in there. So I actually, hopefully I didn't do this in the design too. So let's go back and check that. So the add is button add, but what about this button? Okay, button add 2. I don't want it to be called that. Button add product. Okay, so button add product, that was a terrible mistake. I changed the names of this at first just to not get stuck at this mischanging names. Okay, so let's just quit vim index.py. let's do products, product or products, I don't know. Let's just make it product. Okay, let's do hey. Okay, so just to explain to you the mistake that I did, that I have assigned, or I have connected this button with what I should have connected this button to. So this button was doing two jobs. It was moving me to this section, and also it was printing whatever it was in here. So it was connected to the function that I have created to add products to here. So let's give it a ball. Okay, a ball 400. Okay, add product is gonna print that. However much times I did add that product to my database. So let's do close. It's clear index.py. So I know that my edit can hold values, and I did know how to get the text from them. Now I'm gonna try to create an SQL formula or an SQL query that takes those values and assign them to a new product in my database. So let's do a variable for now. Okay, the SQL formula. Okay, let's give it a insert into products. So this is my table. I'm gonna insert the name, the quantity in stock, and the unit price. Okay, so I have some values of that's gonna be replaced by this character. Okay, if you don't know what this symbol and else means in Python, I advise you to check out or to go Google strings and their functions in Python. So I actually want to do a series about functions in and methods that exist on pre-made or built things in Python. but this is not just the time to explain that, so let's do this. So I have created an SQL formula, but like if you do know, I need some values to represent these s's. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating an SQL formula, and instead of giving it these values, I'm giving it an s, or an this is a percent sign and an s to represent or to replace values or variables that I'm gonna give it later. So values of those variables gonna get in a tuple. So name value, the name value that's in here, okay? So the name value, the quantity in stock, the quantity value, and the unit price value. Okay, so let's do, so these are just variables that don't mean nothing right now. They are not actually doing nothing, but if I did call them using the execute method, it will the cursor or the execute method is going to use this as an SQL formula, and the value as the values who are going to replace this %s one at a time. So the first one is the name value, because this is the first one in our tuple. Okay, the second one is the quantity value, because this is the second one in our tuple, and the unit price is the last one, and so as the formula. Okay, so let's do self. So we did execute the SQL, SQL and this SQL formula and those values, but we didn't do connection to commit the changes. We want the database to save those changes and commit them to our database. So that's it. We are officially done with our add products, but we still need to call the self.get data again. So let's just look and let's see where that function is. Yes, it's above this function exactly. So we want to get the data again after I have added a single product to my database. So I don't have actually to automatically click the refresh button. So I'm doing what the refresh button does manually here. So I'm calling the get data after I added a product. Okay, and also I want to clear okay, let's just see what that does. So let's do index.py. It's been refreshing. It's been refreshed automatically, like we said before. Edit, it has all the products. Okay, so I want to add a ball product. So let's just see, there is no ball. Okay, add ball. Okay, quantity in stock. I want to do, let's say I want to do, okay, let's say 15.25.27. okay, so add product. Okay, if we want to see all the products, we have ball 15.25.27. so we don't need to do the refresh to add it. And if we went to edit products, we have the ball option in our combo box. See, it's been refreshed again. Okay, so everything is doing its job just right, but these values are still here. So I need to clear this line edits for the next values, and I don't want to do it manually here too. I don't want to manually clear this each and every time and re-enter a new row. Okay, so let's do something. Let's give it index.py and let's clear the data, or let's see something here. Let's go back to index.py. So I have these 3 line edits, and somehow I need to clear them each and every time. So I might have just create a function to do the job. So let's do that. Self okay, so let's do vim index to go edit index. So let me create a new function in the UI below UI changes. Let's do clear edit. Okay, and what is this doing? It's gonna clear my edits. So let's do self. The first one is name edit dot clear. Okay, self quantity edit dot clear, and self dot unit edit dot clear. So I'm gonna do this each and every time I have added a product. So let's clear this out by calling that function using the self, because it's a method in my class. It's actually a method, not a function. It's just bad habits of calling it a function. So let's do clear edit to edit that, to clear that. Okay, so let's exit and let's see all my products. Let's add a new product. Let's do what's in here. PC, laptop, cameos, all of the product in the world. Let's add food. Joey doesn't share food, so let's say quantity in stock is 800. 3.25. add product. It did clear my edits, and if I went directly to here, I have my food 800 3.25, and if I went to edit by combo box again, I have the food option. Okay, so I am officially done with the second tab, and moving on to the third one and the final one, because we already done the last tab. Okay, we already done the last tab, so the final one, but the final one in the process to be done with in our project, I think, is this one. So let's leave that to the next section.